Hello and welcome to another episode of Miss Berry Has No Life, and so we're spending the whole night doing revision with you guys. This is number 2, which is the damage caused by smoking. Again, we're going to take all this writing and we're going to condense it into just exactly what you need to know, which is going to fit on this page, hopefully. So, first thing you need to know is that there's 3 main things in cigarettes that are going to cause loads of problems. They are tar. That's number 1. Carbon monoxide, so put that down here. And nicotine. That's what it looks like so far. 3 main things in cigarettes: tar, carbon monoxide in the smoke, and nicotine. So first of all, what does tar do? The sticky tar in smoke contains loads of chemical substances called carcinogens. That's the key word, so I need to write that down. Carcinogens. A carcinogen is a chemical that causes cancer. So I'm going to put that underneath. And the main type of cancer that is caused by smoking due to the tar is lung cancer. Okay? And that's pretty much it for tar. You just need to know that it's dead sticky and it gets all over your lungs, and because it's got carcinogens in, it contributes to the causation of lung cancer in patients. So that's the first thing. The second one is carbon monoxide. In order for oxygen to travel around your body, it needs to travel on red blood cells. So there's my red blood cell. Red blood cells have in them this thing called hemoglobin, and this acts like a truck to transport the oxygen around in the blood. So I'm going to draw a hemoglobin molecule with its little oxygens attached. So these are oxygen here. So normally the red blood cells contain hemoglobin, whose job is to carry the oxygen around. But when you smoke a cigarette, the carbon monoxide in the smoke displaces some of the oxygen on the hemoglobin. So if I do black for carbon monoxide, it basically comes along and just sticks on here, like that. So now, the ability of the hemoglobin to carry this oxygen has been decreased. It can't carry as much oxygen as it was doing before because of the carbon monoxide. So as a result, you can't get as much oxygen around your body. So what that means is that you become out of breath. When you start doing physical activity, your muscles are going to start hurting because you can't get as much oxygen around. So carbon monoxide is just an all-round nightmare. It gets into the hemoglobin, displaces the oxygen, so the oxygen can't bind because the carbon monoxide's in the way. So you get less oxygen carried around your body. So now we've just done tar, which contains carcinogens which cause lung cancer, and carbon monoxide, which sticks to hemoglobin and decreases the oxygen carrying capacity of hemoglobin. The last thing we need to do is nicotine. Nicotine is the addictive part of cigarettes. So I just add this bit to this one. It acts on the brain on receptors, and what it does is basically every time you take a drag of your cigarette, the nicotine rushes to your brain and lights up some of the pleasure centres in the brain. So in this part of the brain, there's a pleasure centre. So you take a drag, nicotine goes to your brain, releases chemicals that make you feel happy. Now, because you're getting that happy feeling every time you're taking a drag of your cigarette, you're going to keep coming back for more. And that's what addiction means. Because after you've been smoking for a while and your receptors are getting used to this, if you stop smoking, you develop withdrawal symptoms, which my mum calls cravings. So you feel like you need a cigarette and you really crave it. So again, pretty much we've just covered all of those 2 pages in that. So I'll just go through it one more time. This is the damage caused by smoking. 3 things in cigarettes that you really need to know about are tar, which is sticky, contains carcinogens which cause cancer. The main type of cancer caused by smoking is lung cancer. In your exam, it might also mention that smoking can also cause cancers elsewhere in the body, for example, the bladder. And you might think, why is it causing bladder cancer when the smoke's going in your lungs? And this is because when you breathe in, any air that you breathe in, oxygen from the air gets transported into your blood, which then goes everywhere, all over your body. So think about, if you're breathing in smoke, which contains carcinogens, they're also going to go into your blood. Because in your lungs, gas exchange is going to happen and it's going to enter your bloodstream. And that blood can go anywhere and everywhere in your body, wherever it's needed. And some of it will go to other organs, such as the bladder. And it will go into your urine and can cause cancers in the bladder when it's there. So that's tar. Next one is the carbon monoxide, which acts in the red blood cells to boot the oxygen off the hemoglobin, so that your truck that's carrying round your oxygen now can't carry as much. So you have decreased oxygen going around your body. And then the final one is nicotine, which is the addictive component of cigarettes, which acts on the pleasure centres in the brain to cause the release of feel-good chemicals and to cause withdrawal symptoms when you don't smoke anymore. So that's the damage caused by smoking pretty much done.